This is a free lesson by totally.co.uk all about extended metaphors. This is the number one thing that I teach my students to improve their descriptive writing. Now, this is really focused on IGCSE First Language English, but any English GCSE that you're doing that requires you to write a description will be improved by using an extended metaphor. So whatever exam board that you're doing, please do join us today for this lesson. You can download today's worksheet from my website, there's a link down below, and find more content like this for free on my website, totally.co.uk. For example, why not do my lesson all about descriptive writing structure, where I teach you a 5-paragraph structure to automatically improve your writing. I'll link that up there. The description that we are going to write today is going to be based on these words, and these words you can use in your description. They are examples of sophisticated vocabulary that, if used precisely, will improve your grade for descriptive writing. So take a look at the words. What do you guess that your description, your extended metaphor, will be written about? And one by one I shall remove them to reveal. Any ideas? Twinkling myriad of stars, nebulous, star-studded, celestial, constellations, spellbinding, the Milky Way, nebula, enchanting, timeless, dazzling, meteor. Have you got it? What are we writing our description about? Our task is write an extended metaphor about the night sky. Now that we know our topic, a description all about the night sky, maybe your next question is, cool, but what is an extended metaphor? Let's go over it. Before we can even talk about what an extended metaphor is, what is a metaphor? You can't extend something if you don't know what it is. So what is a metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech. It's a language device that compares two different things by saying that one is the other, even though they are not actually the same thing. For example, the city is a beehive of activity. The city is not a beehive. We're just comparing them by saying it is a beehive. Her smile was a radiant burst of sunshine. My smile, although wonderful, is not a literal burst of sunshine, right? And the book was a passport to another world. Again, literally no. So all of these things, city is being compared to a beehive, smile to a burst of sunshine, book to a passport, but we're not saying it is like a passport, we're saying it is a passport or it was a passport. Therefore, we are writing a metaphor. Now then, what metaphors can you write for the night sky? Here are some pictures to inspire you. Have a little think. Write down a list of at least 5 different metaphors. What could you compare the night sky to? You can pause now to do that. Here are some that I prepared earlier. If you like any of these, feel free to take them for the next bit. The night sky is a tapestry. The night sky is a symphony. The night sky is a theatre. The night sky is a highway, a motorway. The night sky is a mosaic. The night sky is a library. The night sky is a time machine. The night sky is a capital city. The night sky is an orchestra. And finally, the night sky is an eye. Do you like any of these? Think some of them are better than others? Maybe, perhaps? Okay, but we've got our metaphor. Pick one of these, we've got a metaphor. How to extend it is the next question. So what do you guess that an extended metaphor might be? Have a little think. An extended metaphor is when a writer or a speaker continues to compare two things. So they develop it over a longer stretch, over a longer time. So it's not just the night sky is a theatre, full stop. It's the night sky is a theatre. The clouds are curtains that peel back to reveal the stage of the heavens, blah, blah, blah. And we keep discussing the night sky as if it's a theatre beyond just one sentence. So usually an extended metaphor should be at least 3 sentences long for it to count as being extended. The first thing that you need to do when you're writing an extended metaphor is you need to decide on a base metaphor, right? Your basic metaphor. For example, the night sky is an eye. The night sky is a tapestry. So I'm going to show you now an inspiration video for the night sky. As you watch this video, I want you to think about what will your basic metaphor be? What different images could you focus on? So for example, will you focus on the stars, the clouds, the planets, A meteoroid, right? What are you going to focus on? And what vocabulary could you use to describe the night sky? There is a space for you to do this on your worksheets, and I'll also put a link to the video below in case you want to watch it again separate from this video. Okay? So let's watch the video, try to answer these 3 questions. Welcome back, and hopefully you've thought of some lovely base metaphors that we will extend now. So my advice with this is do pick something that is more concrete or literal to make it easier to extend. I am going to use the night sky is a theatre. So through each of these next steps, if you still haven't thought of your own, use that. That's absolutely fine. Or you can use any of the ones in the beige box on the right hand side of my screen now. So you need a base metaphor before we can continue on. The next step now is you need to identify literal aspects of your base metaphor. So when I say that, what I mean is what are literal things that you can see in the night sky, right? So of the thing that we are describing. So remember before I said we've got clouds, we've got stars, we have got the moon, we've got planets, and so on and so forth. So have a think, what literal things could you describe in the night sky? Because whatever your base metaphor is, we're all doing the night sky is a something, right? So we all need to think now, what are literal things in the night sky? Okay, and let's go through. So some of the things that you could have picked out: space debris, like space trash, comets, the Milky Way, which is our galaxy that the Earth is in, planets, Jupiter, Mars, Venus. Pluto is a little bit contentious, I know. Planes, aeroplanes in the sky, clouds, the moon, the Earth, shooting stars, satellites, asteroids, and other galaxies. So these are all things that we could describe in the night sky. Okay, now on to step 3. Step 3 is similar, but now we need to identify literal aspects of your comparison. So we need to think, what literal things are there in a theatre? So like before I said, we have got curtains. We might also have an audience. We might also have props. So have a little think. Your metaphor might be different than mine. What literal things can you find in your comparison? Now, if you're doing theatre, these are some of the things you could have written about: the audience, actors, the lighting, the speakers, the props, the set, the backstage, director, a stage manager, the script, the orchestra pit where the instruments play just below the stage, and curtains. The fourth step is, now we've got a list of things that we see in the night sky and things that we see in our comparison. You need to try to make links between them. Which things do you think match? Which things do you think are kind of similar, right? So for example, you might have that the director is like the Milky Way, right? Because everything exists because of the director, perhaps, right? And you might go, the audience are like space debris, floating in and floating out, never always completely invited. So have a little think, what links could you make between your literal thing that you're describing and the thing that you're comparing it to? Before we get on to writing, let's take a look at an exemplar. What does an A-star extended metaphor look like in descriptive writing? As we read the exemplar, which is also on your worksheet, don't forget to download it, you need to think, why is this extended metaphor effective? How does it extend and develop ideas? Where can you see vocabulary that is related to the night sky and vocabulary that is related to the theatre? And nothing is ever perfect, right? What could you do to further improve this paragraph? Let's read now. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, the night sky becomes a grand theatre. At the heart of this cosmic performance is the lead actress, a shooting star. She streaks across the velvet curtain of space, a fleeting but unforgettable presence, captivating the audience with her luminous trail. Her appearance, brief yet dazzling, is the climax of the night's drama. Far above, satellites drift through the theatre's grandeur. They are the audience, silently observing the celestial drama below. These distant onlookers have a privileged view, passing by like spectators in a cosmic balcony, their metallic eyes reflecting the brilliance of the stage. Gravity, the unseen but omnipotent director, orchestrates the entire production. It dictates the movements of the celestial bodies, guiding stars and planets in their cosmic dance. With its gentle touch, it ensures that every actor hits their mark and follows the script written in the language of physics. The Milky Way, a luminous band of countless stars, fills the theatre's orchestra pit, serving as both the cosmic orchestra and the stage itself. Its radiant presence bathes the scene in a soft glow, as if every star were a musician playing their part in a celestial symphony. The harmony of light and dark, punctuated by the twinkling stars, creates an awe-inspiring soundtrack that resonates through the theatre of the night sky. This celestial theatre reminds us that even in the vastness of space, the universe puts on a show for all those who care to look up and be enchanted by its beauty. So if you take a look, then you can see we've got our base metaphor. The night sky becomes a grand theatre. So here we've got the literal and here we've got the comparison. And we can see the whole way through we are comparing aspects of the night sky to aspects of the theatre. So we've got a shooting star, which is compared to a lead actress. Satellites, which are compared to the audience. Gravity, which is compared to the director. The Milky Way, which is compared to the orchestra pit. So we're making those connections the whole way through. And we've also got a snappy final line, right? We want it to sound good at the very end. Also notice all of the theatre and space vocabulary that I'm using, right? So I've got cosmic, I've got orchestra, I've got musician, I've got twinkling stars, I've got soundtrack. I've also got, if I go to the previous page, physics, I've got script, I've got cosmic dance, I've got production, I've got stage, I've got celestial drama, right? So the whole way through I'm using vocabulary related to both aspects to really bring it to life for my reader. Now it is time for you to have a go at writing your own extended metaphor. Don't cheat, you have to do this or you won't remember. You need the practice, right? So remember that we've got these bits of vocabulary right here. Do try to use some of these in your description. Everyone is doing the night sky, so these pieces of vocabulary are relevant for everyone, no matter what your extended metaphor is. You should aim to write a developed paragraph. I think about 6 to 10 sentences would be ideal. Do make sure that you keep it clear what you're comparing to what. So make it clear you're describing the night sky. That is what the description is, but you're comparing it to the theatre. You don't want your reader to get confused and be like, so is the night sky a theatre or the theatre's a night sky? Do consider your vocabulary choices and try to use some vocabulary that is related to the night sky, like these words, and vocabulary that is related to the theatre or whatever your comparison choice is. A reminder of the steps, just in case you didn't follow along or just for your revision notes. Decide on a base metaphor, then identify elements of the literal thing you're describing. Next, identify elements of the thing that you're comparing it to. Then draw some comparisons, which elements are similar to which, why, how. Write it up in a fluent prose paragraph, and do remember to use specific vocabulary related to the literal thing and to the metaphorical comparison. If you are a little bit stuck, here are some sentence starters that you can use to help you. Feel free to pause to use those. They are also on your worksheet. But otherwise, that is the end of our lesson. I do hope that you found it useful. This will improve your descriptive writing. So really do actually do the practice task and have a go at writing one. If you do write an extended metaphor, I would love to see it. So if you're joining us on YouTube, do post it in the comments so I can have a look. You can find more content like this on tautly.co.uk. Do head on over there to my website. I'm really proud of it. It's got lots and lots of resources, free courses and quizzes over there for students, and teaching resources if you are a teacher. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.